Hello, this is Lolly, and for my design team for Aunty Vera Scrap and Craft, she gave us in the kit this month this washi tape, and I noticed when I pulled it out, and I said, this looks like something you could color on. Well, and I noticed when Amira opened hers, she said the same thing. It looked like something you could color on. Well, I've never colored on washi, so I thought, why not? Let's give it a shot and see what happens. I have no idea. So the first thing I want to try is Copic markers, and I figured that I might need to use some really bright colors in order for it to show up on the washi. And then the other question I have is permanency. You know, how permanent would this be? If it got wet, would it would it mess up? Would I have to spray it with some kind of matte fixative to prevent it from smearing? I have no idea. So we are just going to go on a road test here and see what we find. And you're coming along on the journey with me. So I see that the orange is not really showing up too darkly here. So I would need to really go bold with these colors in order for them to show up. But I noticed that they're working well. They're not smearing. They don't seem to be like just washing off the surface. So I think these are these are paintbrushes. So I'm going to color these wood handles. I think these must be markers or crayons. Anyway, just to give us an idea. And I think I will color this little label in here. Okay, so that's just a test. Let's give there some color to, let's say, a hot pink here. And let's give this candle some color too and see how hot pink works. Pretty good. Well, I think this is all melted wax in the bottom of the jar. The hot pink's working pretty well. Those are really cute jars. Okay, so that one, we should label these so that we'll remember later on. Make sure this works. Okay, so that is Copic marker. Okay, let's try something else. Let's see if Prismacolor colored pencils will work on this. Let's go ahead and work with the same kind of general color here. Okay, I'm feeling that the washi tape is a little on the waxy side, and that the pencils, it's almost like coloring on waxed paper. You know, it doesn't feel like it's getting enough grit in there, and it's not grabbing it as well as it could. Let's see if I've got a bright red color here. Try this. Yeah, it's definitely not grabbing the colored pencil, but we'll see how it holds out over time. Give that a shot. You know, and I put the blue away, but let's go ahead and do the paintbrush here. Let's get some flame. I didn't look at everything I had colored before. I colored the heart. You know what would be really cool though, if this really works, is to be able to use these to add colors to your washi so that they would match your design project that you're working on. Okay, I'm not going to worry about coloring every single thing, and mostly I just want to see how the color is laying down and how it's being received by the washi tape. So that is Prismacolor, and that's colored pencil. Okay, now let's try something else. Okay, how about watercolor pencil? Let's try that one. I have this one here. I have no idea how to pronounce that. This is what I had gotten from an art store quite a while ago. Well, let's see what this yields. Of course, this is a really tiny design, and so the problem with using watercolor pencils is we're going to have to add a brush to it, and then I'm not sure that I could stay in the lines when I do that. Again, I'm feeling that this is really hard to get it to lay down some color here. It feels like I'm drawing on wax paper. So man, doesn't feel good at all. Not smooth like you like when you're coloring. Okay, so I still want to do it and follow through and see what happens. Wow, these are not even working near as well as the Prismacolor did. Let's see if we can get some pink in here. Man, Yeah, I wouldn't say that this is something that I would want to do again, you know, just to say, hey, let's color in some washi with watercolor. I had to find my little water brush here. Is it even? Yeah, it does have water in it. Let's see if that even, okay, whoa, coming out a little fast there. It is working. It is dissolving. Probably quickly because of the fact that it's got, it's not really adhering to the washi really well. So I think it's really easy to get this to dissolve. Not sure how quickly that would dry, and I really can't tell though. Usually when I'm using watercolor pencils and I add the water, the brilliancy of the color comes out, and that's not the case with this. Okay, next, let's try something else. I'm thinking, let me try some oxides now, because I want to see if, you know, just obviously I can't do the tiny little designs, but I want to see whether it would just bring out some really cute color here. And then switch over to, that was the spice marmalade. This is the picked raspberry. Just kind of blend those together. That really went on smoothly. Something else, hold on. Now I'm wondering about some gelatos. Let me move this back in here. Let's pick a couple of colors. Let's pick, let's pick this green. I know you can't see what I'm doing. Let's pick these two colors here and see what they are going to do for us. I just have some scrap here. I'm going to put some gelato there and a little bit of this there. And we already saw how this reacted to water, but let's see how it does with this little gelato there. This one isn't even mixing up too well. Pretty watery. I'm wondering if we just applied it directly to it, see if that's going to give us any more color. I just want to get a wash over there and see, kind of like we did with the oxides. And try a little bit of the green. Ooh, it really is working as well as the oxides, I would say. I'm not sure how it would dry, and you know, again, what the permanency is. And you know, none of this is pulling up from the paper at this point. So let's mark that one, gelato. Get that out of the way. Okay, one more. Sorry for the washing machine making noise in the background. I just want to look at some chalks here and see what kind of a soft wash that they would create over the background. Let's try some blue, and actually let's do some bright blue. Let's do that blue and go into a purple. Let's see what that does. Here we go. So like I said, I've never played on coloring. I've never played on coloring on washi before, because I never thought about it. I always buy decorated washi. When I saw this, it just really sparked something in my imagination. These chalks are really old and they are really falling apart. I've had them for so long I don't even remember where I got them from. Now I wonder if these chalks would have to be set, meaning sprayed with a, a matte fixative, and just blend them together a little bit. Oh, that is really pretty. That's really pretty. Okay, so here we have it. I colored in the first ones with Copic, next one with Prismacolor, which is just a colored pencil. Next one with watercolor pencils. This is with the oxides, the gelatos. kind of grainy a little bit. I didn't get that really smoothed out. The oxides were way smoother. And then the chalks, I really love that. It's brilliant. So I'm going to take my chances here and lift these up off the paper now ahead of time instead of really giving them a chance to dry. But I think those gelatos are still too wet. And the reason I want to lift them is I want to see how they're going to look without all that background. Oh, nice. Put that right there. And that's what it looks like. Very cute. Okay, let's try moving the gelatos to see if it's still pretty wet. The oxides, you know, dried really quickly. That's pretty good. Just not overall thrilled with the gelato one. And then the chalk one, I think I can just leave that where it is. Well, anyway, that was interesting and fun. And I'm sure permanent marker would work really well on these. And but the Copics work as well too. So a question, and that is, if we got it a little wet, what would happen? Well, we know if we got the watercolor pencil thing wet, that it would get even more smeared. How about the Prismacolor pencil? No, it's holding fast. This is a damp. It did get some off there. Copic is holding up. Don't have to spray any of that, but I would probably spray this one to hold fast. Very pretty. Love these colors. I think the oxides and the chalks are my favorite. Thank you for watching.